YouTube, what's good? It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka Environmental Terrorist, coming at y'all once again, live and correct. Um, my apologies for being away for so long, but there's always reasons behind that. I like to, every time I actually really get on my YouTube channel, I actually really wanted to be something that I'm actually really going to talk about, and it's actually really going to be worthwhile. So, with that being said, a lot of stuff to discuss. Um, I just actually like finished doing this exact same show on on uh, on my Facebook page. So probably not going to be as long as I was on that particular show. So, with that being said, a lot of stuff has happened. Uh, President Trump, as always, in the news, right? We all know that Senator McCain just passed like a couple of days ago. Everybody knows the history behind, dealing with those two individuals. Um, as far as like Senator McCain actually like been in the Navy, served in Vietnam, got captured in Vietnam, and Trump actually like really came out and said that really ain't too much of a war hero because he got captured. Now, uh, a lot of people, especially those that that either wear the uniform or have worn the uniform, like myself, because I'm retired Army, and but a lot of people, actually like, really got upset, that he said that. But I look at it like this, right? And I actually really said this last night on somebody else's show. I actually really did a comment, and basically all what I just said is that as president of the United States, there's a lot of things that you have to know. You have to learn and know before you actually really take over that position. So basically, all what I'm saying is this, right? Trump, probably look at a lot of the stuff that has happened the same way that a lot of us look at it. I mean, and when I say that, people look at the thing that happened in 1941 with Pearl Harbor, where that the president at the time knew that shit was gonna happen, and it was allowed to happen. So, and then if you fast forward it up to 2000 and 2001 with the whole Twin Tower deal that happened, uh, I don't have to tell y'all. You look at how those buildings came down. That was a controlled demolition. Inside job, government officials had a lot to do with that, right? Now, uh, now we can back it up a little bit as far as this whole Vietnam piece and the reasoning why Trump said what he said about Senator McCain, saying that he wasn't a war hero because he got captured. Now, those of y'all that like to do research, and if you don't like doing research, I suggest that you start doing research because the whole deal, like I said, a lot of this shit actually really goes back to when Kennedy was in office and when the whole Vietnam thing was going on then. This was something that Kennedy was actually like really trying to pull troops out of Vietnam. So, and then as the story goes, everybody already know what happened back in 1963, right? He come to Dallas, he got assassinated, right? Lyndon Johnson comes in, uh, reverse a lot of the stuff what President Kennedy had already put in place. But what a lot of people may not know is the Gulf of Tonkin incident, right? Uh, McNamara, same person that was under when Kennedy was in office, said that that incident never took place. Right? It was a false flag, if you will, to get the United States involved in that doggone conflict. Now, which for the most part, you know, anybody that has any type of sense can look at that and call well, that's bullshit, right? Why would you like purposely do some shit to actually like really get involved in a war? Well, it's quite simple, people, right? Again, go back, look at this country's history, right? Every 10 years, when the economy ain't about shit, what happens? You go to war. So basically, that's all what the fuck that was. Because 10 years prior to that was the Korean War. Then 10 years prior to that, it was Pearl Harbor. And 10 years prior to that, it was World War II. And you keep going further and further back, you know, it's quite obvious that y'all actually really get the picture of what it is I'm actually really trying to say here. Right. So, now, a lot of people, anybody that actually will watch this probably like say, well, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Trump don't like nobody, this, that, and the third. But the thing about with this president is no different than the one that just left office. I mean, here's somebody that actually like really passed a law for transgenders to actually like really use a bathroom of their choice. Meaning, if you're a grown ass man, right? And for whatever reason, you feel like, okay, well, I don't feel like being no man today. I'm gonna be a woman. But the only reason why you decide that you want to be a woman in this particular point of the day is because you trying to follow some little 10-year-old girl into the girl's bathroom. You know, but again, that's what the fuck, you know, but yeah, that's what the previous commander-in-chief did. But y'all want to dick ride that motherfucker all goddamn day long. But hey, I got it, you know. But at the same time, I will say this, you know, I am not a Trump supporter. But what I am saying is that if you gonna clown this guy, then you might want to clown everybody else too, right? You know, it's almost like y'all want to clown him. Everybody loved Obama. Everybody clowned Bush, right? You know, everybody loved Clinton, you know, for the most part. And then it could have been, you know, 50-50 either way with everybody else. But I'm just saying, you know, actually like this clown one motherfucker and thinking that it's going to be okay, right? So that's all what the fuck I got to say about that. It's possible impeachment. And I know a lot of people saw it, right? And he was saying like, okay, if indeed I do get impeached, everybody will be poor. Now, when you actually really stop and think about that for a minute, what does he actually really mean when he says everybody? Is he actually really talking about everybody? Or is he talking about everybody that has less than $1,000 either in their wallet or in their bank account? Right? And another thing that you actually like really have to look at, with all of the doggone Trump supporters out there, which I know is a whole bunch of y'all out there, and then you actually really look at a lot of the people that can't stand President Trump for whatever reason. Now, you get that going on, right? Then a big clash is bound to happen. It's probably going to be a lot of rioting, fighting in the streets, and all this kind of stuff. Which, if indeed that does happen, you got to stop and think about this, people. You know, this shit could be all part of the plan as far as like really doing away with the old and coming. Uh, if you know anything, damn, sorry about that. And if the sound is, if it's going like Kung Fu Theater right now, my apologies, because some ignorant asshole decided they wanted to call while I'm trying to do a show. But the thing about that is like if you know how like the currency system is set up in Europe, all of those countries over there actually really go under one currency, which is called a euro, meaning that you can go anywhere goddamn Europe and you can use that money anywhere without having no problem. So basically all what the fuck they trying to do is they actually really want to try to do that same shit here with Canada, the United States, and Mexico. And they actually really want to try to call it the Amero. Now, if you don't know anything about this, I will tell y'all, just like I told everybody on Facebook, right? Google it, and all that stuff actually really come up, right? They actually really been talking about this shit ever since 2005, right? So, again, for everybody sitting there hollering about, talking about, yeah, let's impeach Trump. Let's get this motherfucker out of office, right? Y'all might actually want to stop and think about that shit. What the fuck you actually really asking for? Like, seriously. Last bit of business. The Bafomet statue. That's either about to go up or it's already up there in Little Rock, Arkansas, my hometown. I've seen the videos on YouTube, and I've actually really, left comments on all of them. So they just look at it like this, right? Listen, the plan that the powers that be have put in place long time ago, right? The plan has always been there. But now they're actually like really showing you, hey, look, this is what the fuck we trying to do to y'all. Meaning that I got the 10 Commandments here, and I got the Baphomet statue here, right? Both religions, right? And when I say religion, I'm pretty much talking about Christianity, right? Both of these religions or entities or deities or whatever the fuck you want to call them, right? Both of this shit is actually really fucked up. And I'm going to tell you why. Because here's the deal. You got your so-called Christians over here, right? That's going by some laws, right? That for the most part wasn't even meant for us to begin with. Now, if you know anything about your Bible, right, you go over there and you read that whole deal about the Exodus out of Egypt and what happened when they actually when they crossed the Red Sea, right, and you look at how much of a fool they was actually acting while Moses was up in the mountain and Yahweh actually really showing him the creation and doing the whole 10 Commandment piece, right? Because he already knew what the fuck was going down there in the valley, so to speak. So, the 10 Commandments was never meant for us. It was meant for those particular people at that particular time in history. It wasn't even meant for us. Now you got these motherfucking Satanists over here, right? They want to hail Satan and probably take chickens and cut the chicken heads off and take the blood and get naked and do whatever the fuck you motherfuckers do. Y'all think that that's cool, and hey, more power to y'all. But the thing about it though when you actually really go back over here and you look at what the fuck the Christians do, right? Or the so-called Christians do, they really ain't no goddamn better than these motherfuckers over here. And if you actually really think that I'm bullshitting you, well, just look at it like this. What do these motherfuckers ever do? What do these motherfuckers do every first Sunday? Right? They do that communion where they give you that little bullshit cracker, right? Talking about this is the body of Christ. And then they give you that little thing of grape juice. Talking about this is the blood of Christ. And so you eating and drinking, I mean, if that ain't like a sacrifice, I don't know what the fuck is, right? The only difference, I guess, is that y'all doing it in actual either chicken's blood or goat's blood or whatever the fuck. And these people over here, they actually are using Welch's grape juice. But the symbolism is there. So for anybody to actually really, so if any group of people that's actually really going to raise hell, it don't need to be the Christians. It really don't need to be the Satanist motherfuckers neither. It need to be motherfuckers like me, right? Which I could care less, right? Because I look at the Christians and I look at y'all like, okay, y'all ain't got no sense and y'all ain't got no goddamn sense neither, right? Both of you motherfuckers is fucked up as far as I'm concerned, right? So I say all that to say this, right? People do and say things not just because they can do and say things. They do shit because they already know the true meaning behind what it is that they do. And when I'm saying that, I'm talking about President Trump now, right? The only reason why he said it is because of what I just, put out earlier with the false flags. Right? False flags, this government has been doing false flags like longer than what a lot of y'all think they've been doing false flags. Right? And I know that if y'all can go type up any motherfucking video on YouTube that's anything that has to do anything with a goddamn false flag, whether it's 9/11, Vietnam, Pearl Harbor, any goddamn thing. And they will actually really tell you like how that shit actually really started. So for the most part, I'm not gonna fault the guy for what he said. And just for the simple fact, yeah, I'm retired, right? And the only reason why I actually really retired is because shit, my eyes got open to a lot of shit. And that's why the fuck I got out. Because I knew it was bullshit. So why stay in some shit when you know it's fucked up to begin with? So now, with the other stuff, with the Christian and the Satanist people, yeah, like I said, y'all got dropped on y'all head, one time too many, and y'all actually really think that what y'all doing is actually right. And probably in y'all's eyes, or the way that Yahweh actually really got y'all looking at that shit, then yeah, it is right. Because guess what the fuck he just did to y'all? He was just like, I try to show you the true actual way, but you don't want to listen to that. You paying attention to what the fuck is going on over here. So since you paying attention, all said and done, right? When it's all said and done, it really is nothing to be accomplished there. So, hey, take it for what it's worth, people. Leave your comments below, and I'll try not to be so much of a stranger. So until next time, people.